Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street. We're James and the Games. Happy Saturday, everybody. I have like a canted angle here. What's going on? Hold on. Nope. Yeah, that'll do. Whatever. It's not that important. Alright, here we are. All set up. I have, because we are heading out to explore, you'll be happy to hear, already drawn myself 5 16 by 16 boxes with the coordinate annotations. So shouldn't be, I guess I can't say won't be, but should not be very much pausing to draw boxes for new maps. Depending, I mean, I don't know, maybe we'll get a ton of exploration done here. I don't know, I'm skeptical. I guess we'll see. Okay, stop fussing with your hair. It's not going to look good today. I have a haircut appointment coming up. Okay, so here we go. Pool of Radiance, our 16th episode. So that is 4 months of Pool of Radiance. And it's been a good 4 months of Pool of Radiance. I think this, as we head into our 5th month, it's going to be our last month. I think we're getting pretty close to the end here. Oh no, is my microphone doing the thing? I mean, if it is, it's good to catch it now, and it sure was. All right, there we go. Well, that's enough ado. Let's fire the game up. Let's play. Pool of Radiance. Last time, we cleared Valingen Graveyard. The game has been inconsistent, but whether it should be an N, where it's Valingen or Valingen. But either way, I mean, maybe that's a historical controversy in Faerûn, in Faerûn, the Forgotten Realms. Faerûn is the kingdom in For the King, a completely different game. But okay, here we are, booting up. Yeah, we cleared the Valingen Graveyard, and that means we're done with every commission in the city. The only thing left to do within the city limits is take down Tyranthraxus, and we're not quite ready to do that yet. We have a fair bit of his castle mapped from a combination of when I thought that it was not his castle, but hold on. Oh, weird. I've never had to press spacebar to advance past that screen. It normally just goes here. I thought for a moment we might be frozen. Okay, so we have a real weird symbol here. This part, I was talking to my buddy at work who has played this game a lot, and for some reason we got to actually him opening up the Twitch channel and looking at the video. I think I was telling him, you got to see my fancy overlays, man. It's so fancy. I had the idea of taking the border from the game and making a border around my head. What the hell thing am I supposed to click here? None of these look like this. And again, it doesn't matter. Like I said, this is kayfabe. I think it's this one. But he was like, that's not like, you don't actually have to do that. There's a trainer. I said, yeah, but it's fun. Come on, man. Playing a game to have fun. The password is night. Sorry. Night. Or nigh. Oh, because something had happened. There was like a bunch of spaces at the start. But it's kayfabe because there's actually a trainer. I'm not required to enter the password. My tea is ready. So I'm just going to keep a close eye here so I don't overflow the cup. And then I'll be fully engaged. Perfect. I'm only going to get more engaged as I drink this green tea, which has the very cool tea blend name. Or not blend. It's only one kind of leaf. I think the official name is Ping Shui. But the flavorful name that my buddy Phil, the tea master at the World Tea House, gave it is gunpowder. Bang, bang, baby. All right. So, I think it's the A save. I really ought to have checked, but I'm pretty sure we just went home triumphant last time. Here we are. Everyone's looking good. Except Madman. Except actually, maybe Madman's best look is actually just unconscious and gently sleeping. We can comb his hair a little. Yeah, there's no quest left in the city limits, so we're heading out into the broader Moonsea region with intent this time. The only times I've gone out there have been A, to try to find the Temple of Tyr before I realized that it was within the town, and then to get to the wealthy district of the graveyard. Other than that, I wandered some aimlessly, had some random battles, found a couple places and didn't really do much with them. We're going to turn that around. We're going to do some stuff today. Absolutely. But first, the roll call. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sadly, although the Valentin Graveyard was rich in experience, it was also rich in level-draining enemies. And while we're armed with plenty of scrolls of restoration, those can't give you back your lost experience. The restoration takes you back to the threshold for the level. And so he's around where he was last time, 51,000. So how is that stacking up against what he needs for his next fighter level, which might or might not be the one that finally gives him extra attack? I think it is. When he was charmed, it seemed like he was doing extra attack. But what could that possibly mean? I don't know. 70,000. So he's not quite halfway there, but less than 20,000 to go. And because he is a level 1, or not a level 1, a single class character, he'll gain that experience at a 1-to-1 ratio. It should happen pretty fast if we find things to do and if we accomplish commissions and find big treasures. Sir Waffle of Syrup is currently level 5, fighter magic user. He needs 35,000 for fighter level 6, because I just reminded myself while looking at Obi-Wan's situation. And level 6 magic user is far off, I bet. 40,000. It's not that far off. Onwards and upwards. Of course, he's gaining at a reduced rate, but Sir Waffle approaching the level cap. Yeah. Very good. Well done, Sir Waffle. How about James, the Avatar of Britannia, delivered to the Moonsea region by an errant moongate? A level 5 cleric, level 5 fighter, level 4 magic user. Only takes 22,500 experience to hit level 5 in magic user, at which point we'll have another caster who can cast Fireball, which will be great. So about 2,000 experience, which is 6,000 experience. So got to accomplish something to make it happen, but really probably only one something needs to be accomplished. Baranka, the fighter thief. She's level 5 fighter. Well, level 6 fighter is 35,000. She's got a little ways to go. Kateri is at the cleric level cap, so that's immaterial. But experience point wise, she's at 46,000. Because I believe that she lost a fair bit of experience in the horror of the Valentin Graveyard. And then Rilu, our thief. Thief level cap is very high. You can go all the way up to level 9. Oh, never mind. She's almost at the level cap. She'll hit it at 110,000 experience. So she's probably getting there. I don't know. How much experience is left for us to gather? I'm not sure. What I should have done while doing the roll call is see who's encumbered and why. Longsword of +2. Who might benefit from that? Badonka. Badonka's current melee weapon is just a broadsword +1. I'm just going to check the weapon chart here, but I have a hard time imagining the longsword +2 won't beat a broadsword +1. Broadsword 2 to 8. Longsword. Where's longsword? Is it sword come along? No, I just hadn't scrolled down far enough. Oh, for whatever reason, they were willing to ignore alphabetical order for the adjective on Lucerne Hammer, or the modifier. Okay, longsword 1 to 8 or 1 to 12 against larger creatures, and then add in the +2. That's obviously better. And so, let's do this. Obi-Wan is going to trade. Ooh, Ring of Fire resistance and Ring of Protection +2. Got to apportion those as well. Trade the longsword over to Badonka. And I think I discovered that I can't I got the plate mail +2. Oh, so that's a big part of why I'm weighted down. How about Sir Waffle? Banded mail +1. Let's give Sir Waffle his own set of plate mail +1. Obi-Wan is unencumbered. It's dragging around the second set of plate mail that was really holding him back there. And then I just want to verify. Might as well do it right now. Currently his AC is 1. With the Ring of Protection +2, his AC remains at 1. There's no AC benefit to be had, at least, from the Ring of Protection for Obi-Wan. Is that because it's just not an AC benefit weapon? I'm not sure. Unequip the banded mail and equip the plate mail, and then got so much stuff. Can I join these sets of arrows? No. So one of them is apparently a set of magical arrows. Then I'm just loaded down with scrolls. Give this potion of healing to Rilu just because it'll give you a slot where you can carry something if we get it. How about me, the Avatar? What am I dealing with here? I got lots of stuff. This wand of lightning bolt was pretty cool. Got some good use out of that. I've got lots of arrows. I have a Ring of Protection +2, so I don't need another one of those. Just a long bow. I guess I could... Can I get better longbows? I don't know. There are only like 2 or 3 types of shops, so I guess I could investigate pretty quickly. Currently I don't have a lot of money on me, but I have so much jewelry and gems. So much jewelry, so many gems. So for now, unequip the composite longbow and equip the longsword. What? She took damage when she tried to equip it. Okay. Well, that's bad. Longsword +2 damaged Bianca when she tried to equip it. But it did not equip itself to her and become unremovable. So I guess it's not a cursed item? Or maybe it is a cursed item, but just cursed items are gentler in Dungeons & Dragons than they are in, say, like a wizardry or a Might and Magic? I don't know. I'm skeptical of advanced Dungeons & Dragons being gentler than the games that it inspired. I don't know. Maybe just a thief can't equip it. It's some kind of special sword. I guess I could hand it off to... hand it back to Obi-Wan and see what it does to him. But I like the two-handed sword of +1 on Obi-Wan. I guess for now I'm just going to say weird and carry on. What else did Bianca have going on? Nothing super exciting. Okay. Kateri, item-wise, has just a load of clerical scrolls. She's not equipped with a weapon for some reason, or a shield. So I'll have her re-equip her weapon and shield. Why would that be the case? I can't recall. Can't think of what could be going... Oh! I think she had to equip the... had to keep equipping scrolls in her hand. I was forgetting to put her weapon in... Oh, excuse me. Telephone is ringing. I'll be right back. Alright, back at it. Had a... not an emergency, but actually some good news. We ordered some... what did we order? We ordered furniture. And now it's in stock after being told it was on back order. Okay, if I give this Ring of Protection to Rilu. Can it help her out? I don't know. Actually, Rilu's on the back line. What if can we give it to Donka? Will it help her out? Well, hold on. Currently she's at 1. Ring of Protection has no effect. Okay, Ring of Protection must do something else. But what does it do? Ring of Protection. Pool of Radiance. Ring of Protection. Okay. That's pretty straightforward stuff. It seems that if you have magical armor on, then you cannot stack. So I guess rings of protection are like for pure mages, pretty much. So for us, it's just a pretty thing. For now, just because he's the one who found it, I'll let Obi-Wan wear the Ring of Fire resistance. But we'll see, you know, how that goes. If need be, if Sir Waffle runs out of arrows, Obi-Wan is well supplied. Okay. Okay, so. Hey, Jimmy! Welcome. Yeah, like I've noticed a fair number of occasions where like equipping something was not doing anything. And then, of course, there's the case of the bracers of AC4, which are excellent if your AC was above 4, because they do exactly as promised, as advertised. Take you right down to AC4. But that's where they keep you. So then if you wind up, say, getting leather armor of +4, suddenly those bracers are no good. Okay, so what other types of shops are there? I gotta remind myself. This is another arms and armor shop. No, sir, I don't need to see your wares. Items for sale. Okay. So, what are items? Anything cool? No. Nothing. I wonder what that holy water... Maybe I should have brought holy water vials to throw around in the... Silver items! I bet silver items are good against undead. But I just forgot that they even existed. Silver daggers. A fine composite longbow for 25,000 gold. Intriguing. It just costs so much that I'm interested in it just purely on those grounds. Can we get a fancy longbow for me? I've got so much stuff. Let's see if I can get up to 25,000 gold. Get weighed down here. Gems. 10. Fine. 1,000. 50. 10. 100. 1,000. 10. 100. 100. 1,000. What about jewelry? 5,000. There we go. I'm overloaded. There we go. There we go. Exit. Pool everything. Can I buy? Have I done it? Not enough money. Please appraise more of my jewelry. Oh, no gems or jewelry. Share it all back to the team. One of my jewelries. Great. Another. Okay. One more. That ought to do the trick. Okay. Pool it all. Fancy. I have no idea how good or bad that is, but it's so expensive. So expensive. But I feel like it must be good. At any rate, want my regular longbow? 25 gold. We're back in the money now. Okay, a fine composite longbow. Cool. I'm only going to buy one of these for now. But after I use it a little, and if it turns out to be great, that will give us a goal. Oh, hey, I only have banded mail of normal. Hey, Sir Waffle. While we're here, don't sell it. Just hand it over to me. But then I will equip it. Why would a silver store buy my used banded mail? I don't know, but they're going to. For 45 bucks. Okay. Did that do... Oh, but I have the Ring of Protection +2, so it did nothing to have the banded mail +1. Whatever. Fine. Oh, my goodness. Yes, I want to go back for the money. Shouldn't be that much of it. No, I think we're okay. I think. No, Obi-Wan is encumbered again. Okay. Pool it. Can Badonka also buy a fine composite longbow? Not enough money. Okay. Share everything. Would you appraise jewelry? Sell a gem. Sell gem. Sell gem. Sell gem. Sell gem. Sell. Makes sense that jewelry tends to be worth more. It's the value add situation. Work has been put in. There are presumably gems in most of this jewelry. Not enough money. Fine. Okay. Gotta be careful not to over sell. There. There. Composite longbow has got nothing on a fine composite longbow, so I will sell that to you for 50. Mostly just to get rid of it. In fact, now that I think about it, wish I hadn't done that just because all this friggin' money weighing us down. But is Obi-Wan able to move? He is, so we're good. We're ready for adventure, except that Badonka has been badly hurt. Not badly hurt, but she didn't come out great from touching that sword. Crummy sword. No, sir, I'm just disoriented. Sorry. I was trying. Oops. Oh, hey, I found a different inn. Ah, sure. We don't always have to stay at the one inn we're familiar with. I'll cast a little Cure Light Wounds till we get Badonka back to full. Hopefully I can do it with partially, come on, fully healed. There we go. And then I will memorize 4 charges to replace that. Yes, I will. Rest, rest. All right. Well, there's no more stalling to be done. Doesn't matter that it's nighttime. Doesn't matter that I'm taking a weird, circuitous route. We are getting on a boat. We are leaving town. East, west, east. The bay. Take us to the north side of the bay. I'll pay. Doesn't really matter. Mostly once we get out there, we're just going to walk around. On the eastern edge of the city. North and south entrances into the city. Small boat back. Where's he going to leave? The overland map. But here we go. Now we want to be here. We're not just quickly getting into another part of the city. We're not just wandering completely aimlessly. Somewhat aimlessly. But here are my commissions that could take place in the Hinterlands. Find the source of the river's corruption and put an end to it. It's not enough to just find it. I can't find it and then come back and be like, oh, this river is so corrupted. It's filthy. They want me to fix it too. Find the nomads and stop them from joining forces with Tyranthraxus. You know that my heart leans towards being like, how can we convince the nomads that Flan is better allies? But I bet we just have to kill them. And likewise, find the Kobolds. Let's update the B save just because we're here. And stop them from allying with Tyranthraxus, presumably by killing them. I think I found those Kobolds. They're in a cave near a dragon's den. I don't remember exactly where it is, but I know that's the case. So, a group of displacer beasts. Cool. Can we flee? No, we can't. Fleeing has a very low success rate. Oh wait, Don't use... Okay, use the cycle. There. To the northeast, 2 displacer beasts. Alright. Well. I don't know. I don't think I've fought displacer beasts before. Done. Guard. For the most part, we'll just guard. You get blocked by the top of the tree, which presumably is actually above the trunk of the tree and not to the north of it. But fair enough. There's this game is doing plenty of impressive stuff for its era, so we won't hold that against it. Okay. That guy wants to come around on us. Can Rilu take the thing down by herself? No. Almost certainly not. Nah, she missed. Bedonka is... What? Why is Bedonka attacking on her own? I mean, she attacked the enemy. I gotta remind myself how to turn off... the quick combat. It's pretty simple. It's a single key. Okay. I just have to hit the spacebar on Bedonka's turn to reclaim her as a playable character. I will selflessly put myself between the Displacer Beast and Dear Rilu. I'll turn down the cycles to increase my odds of successfully hitting spacebar on Bedonka's turn. Also, it helps that there aren't that many enemies, so Bedonka will come up fairly soon. I knew we'd be taking an attack, but I thought it was worth it. And how can Obi-Wan do? 15 damage. Big hit. Let's see. How far north is this guy? Yeah, I'm not walking up at him. I'll just keep guarding for now. Just to make sure that Rilu doesn't get ambushed. Holy moly. Good work, team. Okay, I hit spacebar. I'm not sure if that will... if I did it quick enough to get her back to us. Whoops. Just learned a lesson. If you get it in your mind that you're pressing the spacebar now and you press it during the target cycling, it cycles to the either, I think, to the previous target or possibly in the next target. You know, there's not a ton that Rilu can really do this late in the game, but we love her. She's the ingenue. She's the true main character. You know, she's the young girl raised by elves. This is we have Bedonka back. This is Thedev's backstory for a character that Thedev created. She was raised by elves, and so is now looking for a place in the world. And she's not really a ranged weapon fighter. Like the people, she can't even use a bow, like presumably the elves that raised her could. Seems accurate. Seems like it has a pretty good THAC0. Oh, you can stand in front of the tree. So the tree only blocks the square where you think the thing being depicted is actually off screen. 4 damage. But I thought there was a possibility that when the Displacer Beast did damage, it would also teleport you somewhere, you know, displace you, so to speak. So, whoops. $13 damage. I like that you can start using the target cycling, but then switch to manual and have the reticule wherever it had autumn targeted to. Alright, not a lot of experience until you consider that killing the monsters alone is not even supposed to be the main source of experience. And these guys, it's supposed to be treasure, and obviously random beasts don't have treasure. So, Okay. Well, we're here in the woods. You're surprised by a group of sturges. Can we flee? Of course not. Okay. Not loving the encounter rate right now. But alright. So the gimmick with sturges is, I believe, once they engage with you, you can't disengage from them. But they're also AC 8, HP 5, so that probably isn't going to be a huge issue. There's a lot of them, which is a drag. It's realistic for outdoor combat to start with the enemies so far away, but not necessarily thrilling. If it was a more compelling battle, something where we really want to, get our guard up, or where we really desperately want to close that distance because they have good ranged attacks, that could be cool. But just like some basic enemies who are going to wallop when they finally get to us, I kind of wish they were at us already. Ah, well. What are you gonna do? Okay. I don't know what that one's doing. Oh, wow. So they have like difficult terrain rules. I'm not sure if those are active here or not. I was kind of hoping we'd have sweep on the sturges. But I guess not. At least they're coming to us. The fact that they also had a surprise round. Okay. Composite longbow seems excellent, but for now, let's go back to the trusty broadsword of +1, not the cursed sword. Oh, missed. Oh, hit it but didn't kill it. Missed. Oh, this is very frustrating. Kill. Or I mean, it's a lethal blow. He will die. He's gonna be like twitching around on the ground for a bit. You don't get a lot of outright kills. So you have to do 10 more than you have to get them to -10, I believe, to kill them. Alright, where's the one with 1 hit point? Come on. There we go. That is the best possible application of 2 hit points of damage from Rilu. Clean knockout. That Sturge is going to wake up later and be like, where's my swarm? Swarm the wrong people, pal. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. This is more like what I wanted. Most attacks causing the death of Sturges. Oh, he took the long way around so he could flank us. Ah, I should have attacked him. Kateri had enough to get the clean knockout. Oh well. Well, there you go. She hates Sturges. And they're all swirling around her head. Alright. When they spit blood, it's magic damage. That's interesting. And it has disarmed me, or what has it done to me? It says that I'm okay. Wait. I can't move, but I can still attack. I just need to go in through the aim menu. So it didn't disarm me. It just held me in place. And that issue is over now anyway. We won't continue the battle. Not very much experience at all. Certainly no treasure. Just a minor annoyance. Okay, You know what? You surprise a group of kobolds. Alright, let's parlay and be abusive. Alright, we convince them the combat is not necessary because we would just kill them. I've been to this pyramid, I believe. I believe this is where the anti-magic field is found and a bunch of lizardmen. But it's also quite clearly the source of the river. So if we're going to find the corruption, how do we get there? How did I get there before? You found a rowboat hidden among the reeds. Will you take it to the pyramid? Yes. Oh, this is not the source of the river, though. Well, whatever. Let's find out what's up with this pyramid. You're in front of a magnificent pyramid. You found a secret door that leads into the pyramid. What will you do? I don't think this is any of our quests, but I'm intrigued, so let's go in. I bet we can't look at the area map. Not here. Okay, so... I don't have a good sense of where I am on the map to start mapping. So first, let's take the measure of the hallway. Secret door is found in front of you. And what happened? It's just, okay, fine. Secret door is found behind you. So it's just these two doors in. This one seems to go into... They both seem to go just into a single room. So, but it seems like there's a good chance of secret door. So you move through the room, there's a flash, and you suddenly find yourselves elsewhere. Teleporter. Okay. I don't know. Let's go north. Secret door is found to your left. Okay. Is it a... Alright. See dwarven fighters. The leader waves and calls to you. They wave and say, saved! They smile at you. Parlay. A battle begins. What the hell, guys? I guess they're saved because they're going to kill us and eat us? There's 3 level 7 fighters. Well, I wonder if we can hold them. Delay with Bedonka. Unaffected. Held. Held. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Well, no sense in delaying to get the backstab. Just cut this guy's throat while he sleeps. Boom. Very good. Very good. You've done your job here. Bedonka. Again with the cruel blows. So now we just got to beat this guy. I didn't catch his AC. That's not that great. His hit points are good. He's got that going for him, but I don't know how much it's going to do for him. It's not going to do a lot. He's probably going to get one more attack. I guess I'll just have Kateri do Cure Light Wounds, since I'm going to do it on OP1 here, eventually. And she doesn't really have anything else to do. He missed. I doubt he gets another attack unless... I was going to say unless our rolls are bad, but actually it turned out his roll was good. He had a good initiative roll. So even though he went last in one round, or maybe that was just He's a level 7, so he gets 2 attacks. Sometimes. Anyways, we're done here. Pretty good experience. I bet that's from treasure, though. Hell yeah. Well, what do we got? Any money worth taking? Nope. Any items? Just their Lucerne hammers. Yeah, whatever. No, we care not for this treasure. Okay. Just gonna go south all the way. And then west all the way. And south all the way. And I found a way in to a fairly confined space. This is probably the southern wall. I might come to regret not trying to start mapping, but see a band of human fighters. They smile at you. Can we talk, fellas? What is with these terrible fighters? Ooh, Sir Waffle's kind of beaten up. Okay, well, we can help him. Well, I suppose I ought to... What better helping than if we're just able to get all these dudes held and just end the fight. 1, 2. 2 or 3. Okay. Obi-Wan. We'll work on the ones who aren't held. And Rilu. We know how much Rilu loves. Just picking off unconscious fools. Ah, that guy hadn't been attacked enough. Okay. Delay in this round, Badonka. Maybe we can get a backstab going. Okay. That should do it for his ability to change focus. So, this is a backstab? No. I don't have a great understanding of the backstab mechanics. And it doesn't matter. He's dead. Good experience. I bet all that they have is an insignificant amount of money. And the items they were using to fight us, which we do not care about. Nay. Nay, nay. Okay. Now let's throw a Cure Light Wounds to old Sir Waffle. And carry on. Secret door is found to your left. Okay. Fine. Let's check it out. So, assuming that okay, I'm going to make a bold assumption here. I'm going to assume that this is the northwesternmost point based on these walls. I think the outer walls are the rough ones, I hope. Let's label this the pyramid. Let's make an attempt at mapping. Okay, so, I mean, this part's pretty simple. If I'm looking east, see wall going that way. 2 things. I look this way. You go 2 south and 1 over, and there's a door there. Right. Oh, that's good too. Past the door, there are 2 more steps before we reach a wall. Oh, and then through here, it's going to be a wall. Whoops. There we go. Now I'm looking east, and all I see is tunnel. 1, 2, 3 steps. Gets me to doors on both sides. 1, 2, 3 steps. Doors on both sides of me. And then a gap in the wall in front of me. And also this wall. Just carrying on. So, testing my theory. If I turn to the left, facing north, will I see a rubble wall, rough wall? Yes. Is this another teleporter room? You're surprised by displacer beasts. Well, in a sense, if displacer beasts teleported in. One licks its lips. Ooh. Ooh. Nice little animation. Yeah, you're a freaky thing. Can we parlay with them? No. They don't want to talk. They just want to get down to being killed. And we're going to oblige them. Cramped quarters. But, yeah. This should not be any great challenge. Let's find out. Yeah, that one's just going to be frustrated. We'll just gang up one at a time. Killing the first one isn't going to do much for us. Okay. Let's have a Cure Light Wounds for poor Sir Waffle. Killing the first one isn't going to have any great effect on the battlefield because that'll just free up a spot for the other one to come. But killing 2 of them will put us in a better position because we'll only have 1 that can attack us. And I suppose, I mean, we could... No. I want to save spells to whatever extent I can. So, because I'm thinking they're cramped enough that a stinking cloud could really shape this battle quite favorably. One down. Guard, Sir Waffle. While I start on this one above me. Ah! Oh! Ah! Yeah, they're beating the shit out of me. And I can't... Terry can't get to me to help me. However... I can help myself if I need to. Oh, Obi-Wan's in trouble too. I should have had Terry come in to help him. Of course. She's getting low on spell charges. Oh man, stop hitting me, game. This is her last Cure Light Wounds. And I'm down and I'm dying. That's bad. It's real bad. Because this is our last Cure Light Wounds. I have many potions of healing, so I can get myself back on my feet. We can continue the fight here. Rilu will do the honors of bandaging me. Or I suppose Kateri can. Oh, Obi-Wan's still standing. Oh, because I just cured him. Okay. Kateri has bandaged me. Nice hit, Sir Waffle. Okay. Down to just 1. We're going to survive the fight. Done. Okay. Could have gone better. But also could have easily gone worse. Not sure if that was a random battle So I'm not sure if I should annotate the map. But here we go. Okay. Yikes. Let's find out who actually has a potion of healing. Here's one. Can I just use it without readying it? No, of course not. Put your sword down. You can only use it on yourself. Oops. I mean, he needed healing too. Can an unconscious person use it on themselves, or do we have to try to camp in the pyramid? Do I have one on me? No. But Rilu's got plenty, right? Right? Is that true? Not Madman. What are we going to do with Madman? Is he just going to be with us for the rest of this journey? Can't use, because I'm unconscious. Okay, well, then our options are to try to rest or to continue exploring without me. Let's roll the dice. Turn the cycles up. Find it. Nope. Immediately. Vicious looking driders. One licks its lips. Suppose there's no chance the driders want to parley? No. Okay. Well, we're at a disadvantage, but what can we do but fight them? I should have looked in to see what they're up to. Okay, our big advantage here is that if it turns out they're only armed with composite longbows, this is going to go very well for us. Okay, Rilu's got to get out of Kateri's way so that Kateri will be able to join the fray as well. Okay, no. They either switch weapons or they're allowed to shoot their bows at short range. Oh, there's more. 14 damage from a magic missile. Yikes. Ambadonga's down. Okay. Perhaps this is all about to fall apart. No, don't. No, don't move. Don't move, Rilu. Hey, 2 damage. Okay, 1 down. Oh no. Stinking cloud. But neither of us are nauseous. And so... I guess what they've created here... Oh no. Oh, sleep didn't work for them. That's good. Should have thought to use Sir Waffles. Wait, can... Okay, that's not great. Six damage. Good shot, Kateri. I mean, Rilu. Unaffected. Okay. Ray of Enfeeblement. Casting. Oh man, these guys and their casting. What could we cast here? Suppose prayer couldn't hurt. Now they both have haste. So hopefully the minor Thaco bonus / penalty. Paralyzed. Not good. Not good, team. I don't love our chances in our first fight against Driders. Yeah. Obi-Wan just killed because that's what happens when you're just paralyzed, staring helplessly at your enemy. This pyramid is not a great place to be casting Fireball. This guy, do you get bored and start fleeing? No, his pathfinding just went nuts. Oh, okay. That's gonna do it. We'll play it out hard. Let the monsters have their period of rejoicing. Huh? Terry has a very low AC. Ah, but she's paralyzed. They don't want to fight Rilu. They want to put her to sleep. They recognize how fearsome she actually is. Ah, and now she's nauseous. If one of these guys remembers that they use bows, or remembers how to walk around. Okay. Well, this pyramid is interesting. I don't know why I'm in it or what I'm trying to accomplish. But let's go back in and keep messing around. And I've heard rumors about, ogres to the east have a princess captive. That's something I could try to find out about. Silver Dragon in Dragonspine Mountains is a friend to heroes. I assume all the mountains are the Dragonspine mountain range, but I'm not positive. And there we go. This time it properly just loaded up the screen, which is nice. So we need the kind of looking like a P and the kind of looking like an X. And the password is Durdia. Load that B save. And let's take the secret rowboat to the mysterious pyramid. We'll enter. Okay, this actually kind of disrupts my theory of the... Well, I mean, these could... I don't know. I don't know if I was mapping from the right spot or not. Well, 2 teleporters, right? No. You see rocks scattered about the smooth flagstones. As you move through the room, there's a flash and you suddenly find yourselves elsewhere. Yeah. Okay. And if we go north, turn east, I guess I'll keep my right hand on the wall. So ignore the secret door for now. Rocks scattered on the smooth flagstones. Go back. Move on. Throw a rock. Let's throw a rock. You throw a rock. Suddenly it disappears with a flash. Move on. Teleporter. Okay. Facing south. In a winding passageway. I do like being corralled right now. See rock scattered, smooth flagstones. Throw a rock, disappears. Well, there's nothing else to do but to teleport. Is this the western wall? I don't know. No choice but to teleport. I can't even turn to the right there. which is kind of frustrating. Okay, is this the southern wall? We found a door. You see a sign over the door in front of you. It says, don't forget the password. This is followed by 6 dwarvish runes. Okay. I can't use my note-taking spreadsheet for this one. So I'm going to need to find a notepad here. 1 second, gang. 1 second. Just use the back of this word of the day calendar entry that Danielle gave me. Okay, so there's that. There's that. There's that. There's that. That. And even as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that when I get asked for a password, obviously I'll need to type it. And so I'm supposed to be using the rune translator. Rune translator. Okay. For the Deathek or Dwarven runes here. So we have this bad boy, followed by this one, followed by a line on the bottom with 2 things coming up. And then the pattern actually just repeats. Oh my goodness. The password is knock knock. Cute. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Rune Translator. Set it back to the code generator so I don't forget and get frustrated. The password will be knock knock. Okay. You quickly translate them and say, this is not even a puzzle. This is just copy protection. Knock knock. Do you really mean knock knock? Yes. You've entered the fountain chamber. In the center of the room, a column of black, foul water jets up through a clear pipe and out the roof. Okay, perhaps we have found the source of the river's corruption. Another pipe running from the wall across and to your right pumps in streams of the foul liquid. All about the room are valves, gauges, petcocks, and pipes. What do? Destroy the equipment. You've destroyed the last piece of equipment. Okay. Have we saved the day? I mean, we'd have to get out of here too, I assume. Locked. Can we bash it? We sure can. An ancient mage looks up from his studies. He says, ah, good. I need more specimens as controls. He turns to his mutated guards. Subdue them! Well, it's on. Let's advance, because this guy's obviously a spellcaster. Can we parlay? No. This mutant lizardmen. Oh, geez, they're hitting hard. Gotta slow things down here. But there's our dude that we want to hit in the brown robes. Want to prevent him from doing anything. But what's the deal with these guys? I mean, they got stuff going on. This Yarash guy is going to be a thorn in our side, obviously, if he gets to start casting. If Sir Waffle gets a turn before anything's happened, we'll just try to stinking cloud him. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan, attack the guy in front of you. 5 damage. It's a good start. Badanka, move up and attack the one to the northeast. 7 damage. Can I take this one down? I'll attack the one to my... No, I missed. Sir Waffle cannot cast because he has been hit. Ooh, he's roughed up. Kateri will try to help with that, while Sir Waffle tries to land a hit on this magic user before he casts a spell. Hell yes. Take that, Yarash. And Rilu will also try to get in on this. 2 more damage. Very good. Ah, missed me. Okay. Well, Kateri's first job is pretty clear here. Do some curing of light wounds. Begins casting. Uses an item. OP1 is unaffected. Good. What a cheap thing for this jerk to do. To have a wand just in case he gets hit and can't cast his own spells. Badonka, can you finish this dude off? Not quite. Sir Waffle, keep up the pressure. Oh no. Alright. Kateri. British! Right now we're inside a pyramid, so it's a lot of close quarters with the extra fireball radius. So I haven't cast a fireball yet today, but assuming I get out of this pyramid in decent time, there shall be some fireball casting. There. Mutant lizard man down. We've stumbled upon, I believe we're in the place, in the lair of the guy who's been poisoning the water. This mage Yarash right here. Oh, right here. We destroyed his equipment, so that should fix the water problem. Then we burst in on him, and he's just been down here creating mutant lizardmen. And he's like, oh, sweet, more specimens. And then attacked us instantly. Wasn't interested in any parley. 3 damage. Pitiful. Okay. Hit Yarash. Come on, Rilu. Disrupt his ability to cast a spell. Nope. Ah, he's just spamming his wand anyway. But I'm unaffected by it. Kateri is paralyzed. That's bad. Okay. Sort of redundant, except that there are just lizardmen who are just lizardmen. We can't tell from the graphic in what way these are mutated lizardmen, right? OP1's in trouble. But I think the best way to help right now is actually to fire off a stinking cloud. Should I, like, if I put it here, I take care of the magic user, but I can't even put it there. So that actually clarifies things. I want to put it on these 3. Nausea? Nausea? Nausea. Jeez. For a bunch of mutant freaks, they don't like, they can't handle a bad smell. Do your grim work, Rilu. Boom. You step in, Badonka, to guard OP1 from the one who is still standing. There we go. We're getting there on the mage Yarash. Boom. All right. So the sad thing is that now the lizardmen, the mutant servants, they could just be free, but instead they're going to serve their master to the bitter end. He would not have done the same for them, I bet. I mean, he's trapped in his lair, so he would have no choice really but to fight to the end. But he wouldn't be doing it on their behalf. Only one more to go. Be awesome if we can take him down while Sir Waffle's still standing. No luck. Double no luck. Well, that was unfortunate. 2 knockouts. Right when we hit at 1. More experience for me The slowest leveling character. We won't continue the battle. Loads of experience. For those who are still conscious. And then let's see. What fancy stuff do they have? $8 in platinum? Or 8 platinum? Yeah, sure. Why not? Here we go, though. Some cool stuff. Okay. I have no slots. It's not a weight overload. So we'll have Bedonka step up and take. We'll have to find out what all that stuff is. Obviously a wand of paralysis, which you can imagine coming in handy. Okay. Well, I think this warrants the old B save update. Really putting it all on the line here because this is not a mappable place and it also is filled with teleporter pads, so I don't know where the hell I am or how to get out. But we've committed now. Let's get our boys back on their feet. We've burned the ships behind us. Let's get our frontliner. Oh man, would have liked at least one good roll here. There we go. Thank you. The game heard my pleas. Might as well go all in. We'll have to risk camping if it comes down to it, but hopefully it doesn't. So here we are. See a dial that can be set to 4 different colors. Blue, copper, silver, and gold. It's currently set to blue. Do you wish to change the setting? Well, we just saved, so yeah. Change to what setting? Copper. As you move through the room, there's a flash, you suddenly find yourself elsewhere. You're in a storeroom holding a vast collection of magical junk. However, hidden among all this junk, you find some treasure. Okay. Great. Money, no. All I see with that money is weight. So let's have Rilu take the leather armor. Probably not better than what she has. Bedonka, I guess, can take the short. No, Bedonka is the fine composite longbow now. Obi-Wan can take that. And Sir Waffle can take that. No, we don't care about money. You're in the storeroom. Storeroom. You're in a storeroom. You're in a storeroom. So you move through the room, there's a flash. Find yourself elsewhere. We're back in the place. The dial sets the target of the teleporter, huh? So what's in the silver place? A bigger empty room. Another storeroom. Okay. Cool. This is fun. No money that we care about. But. And now overloaded. Can you take it, Obi-Wan? Yep. No. We're not going back. Okay. Seems quite possible. There's only going to be one treasure place per spot. Well, yes. Let's find out what the gold one does. And we never did find out what the blue one did. And perhaps we never shall. No, it is another storeroom. It's just not a square storeroom. Found the treasure. Not even going to bother looking. No, we shan't go back and look for more. I'm going to keep search on just in case. But I bet we don't find anything. And we're teleported back. Okay. See a dial. Well, we'll find out what the blue is. It could be the blue is like, you know, back out to the river. Wouldn't that be grand? Let's save. In case it's a trap. No, it's just the way out. This is back where we started. Great. I have no need to explore this place fully. Oh, cool. As you leave the Sorcerer's Pyramid behind you, you can see the land is already beginning to recover from the alchemical pollution caused by the pyramid. You're in front of a magnificent pyramid. We're going to go back. Okay, sweet. You spot sturges. Oh, man. Can we flee? Of course we can't. Where are the sturges? Oh, good. There's tons of them. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to fireball them. So we're heading back to town anyway. But alright. Move forward and guard. Are we even going to get the chance to fireball them? Are they going to scatter? So far it actually looks like they're going to do even better than scatter. Cluster. Like the ones that are clustered close to us, obviously, we can't. Okay. Can Sir Waffle take this step without getting hit? No. And once he's hit, he can't move. Or cast. So, fireball will have to wait. It also doesn't take much to hack these things apart. But oh gosh, would it be fun to just burn them. Well, maybe they'll come to us now. You know, just cluster up when you get to us. Stop hitting Sir Waffle. How is he supposed to fireball you? Very excited to get our reward for saving the town's water supply. Very, very heroic of us. Boom. If worst comes to worst, we also do just have the ability to mostly kill these things with one attack. But they are bunching. We also need Sir Waffle to go around where he doesn't take damage. And again, it'd also be great if they would bunch in a way that didn't implicate us in the fireball. Alright. Well. Boom. Down goes another. No, these things are bunched in a way that doesn't at all augur well for a fireball. Just sad. You know what? If Sir Waffle is able to cast on his turn, we're doing it. I'll place it as far from Kateri as I can and hope for the best. That one spat blood at Kateri. Oh, Rilu is having a one-on-one here. She's got to get her dagger of +1 out. Almost got him with a single blow. Ah! Spat blood on Sir Waffle. Wouldn't it be something if these things actually managed to wipe us out? Shouldn't put that energy into the world, but they do have a pretty good hit rate. They don't do a lot of damage. Oh, they haven't hit Badonka at all. Nah, we're going to be fine. Badonka will kill every single one of them, even if they overwhelm the rest of us. Particularly Sir Waffle, who can cast? He gets that off. Okay. Oh, this is stupid. Why did I do this? I think this will not hit Kateri. Let's find out. Oh, jeez. Didn't even get all of them. I was too conservative. Serves me right. For not wanting to accidentally roast my friend. Sucks. Oh, are they sucking blood or spitting blood? What's going on here? Messages go by too quickly. They seem to have a guaranteed hit with the blood-sucking move, too. Oh, I get it. I bet it's... So, this is what it must be. Their first attack to hit you, the one that makes you unable to move, is the reason you can't move is because their attack is they jam their proboscis in you. So then they get free hits where they can suck blood until you've destroyed them. That's, cool in a gross and horrifying way. And yeah. Okay. Wow, that was terrible fleeing, dude. And we're done. No, we won't continue the battle. They won't have any treasure. And then, hopefully... Oh, no diagonal. Wait, not the north edge of the city. Leave. Leave. Eastern edge. Boat to the civilized area. We've done it. A success. Okay. Whoops. Hello, no. We just came in for the pleasure of being escorted out quickly. Once it became clear that we weren't here to pay for your healing services. We're not going to bother the city clerk while she's working the night shift. Because she's at work this late. She's got something important to do. We'll go get our reward in the morning. For now, we'll do the whole healing rigmarole. I believe I'm out of casts, right? Of Cure Light Wounds. So, first up, let's re-memorize our spells. All Sir Waffle did was use up his cast of Fireball, so he'll re-memorize that. He's got other level 3 spells. I suspect we'll never get around to using them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I cast one Stinking Cloud at a critical moment. to help us overcome the mutant lizardmen and their mad magician creator. We rest. Memorize, 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 memorize. And then the casting begins. Obviously, we'll do Kateri first. Roll a 2. At least I rolled a 6 the first time. Roll 5. Rolled 5. And rolled a 4. Not great. But let's charge back up. I will memorize those spells. And I will memorize those spells. Rest up. Get all the charges. Alright, cleric, heal thyself. Partially. Fully. Okay. Start on OP1. We'll just go top down now. Partially. Come on. Fully. Alright. Start working on Sir Waffle. Who does have the lowest hit point maximum of the team, I think. But we didn't get him there anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I ever get around to doing Curse of the Azure Bonds, I get one of my favorite things about it, I can already tell, is going to be the introduction of the fix command, which you just hit it. It pretends that you did all this shit and puts you back to full. Fully healed. Nothing left to do but the avatar. Well, speaking of the avatar, we'll be rejoining the adventures of the avatar proper pretty soon. I'm currently doing Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness on Sundays. So I'll be picking that up tomorrow. But I got almost 100 puzzle points just in my first day. So far at least, it's going much quicker than Wages Awarded. When I'm done with that, I'm going to Ultima Underworld 2. Little first person avataring. I don't know to what extent that game takes place in Britannia. I think it has a gimmick of like traveling to a bunch of different places, so it might just be like there's a Lord British hub world, like British's Castle hub world, and then you can teleport. I know that it is not just like entirely set in a dungeon like the first game was. Alright, save in the A save. We shall not be quitting the DOS though. Okay. Now it's time to see how we're doing vis-a-vis leveling up. Probably OP1 did not make it to 70,000. No, he barely did because he was unconscious during the big stuff. Sir Waffle needs to become a level 6 fighter, 35,000, so he didn't quite make it. I did not quite make it to level 5 wizard. Badanka did not quite make it to level 6 thief, or not even close. And Rilu is not nearly at level 9. However, we have a bunch of magic items, which I'm looking forward to checking out. Oh, it's nighttime again. Well, you know what? We want our reward, so I'm sorry. Oh, no, never mind. They do close eventually. Yeah, we'll rest here. OP1 will pay. Let's rest for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. Then it should be morning. It no longer tells us about commissions posted, like the outside ones. Now that I think about it, I think all the outside ones were just about the graveyard, which we've very well purified. Yes, please do see if we're due a reward. Boom. It's now possible to trade throughout the hinterlands of the Moonsea region once again. Ooh, you know what? Gotta keep a careful eye on this. So I'm making green tea. I want to fire it up. I need to pour it when it reaches about 85 degrees. Okay. Keep an eye on it. Sort of. We'll see. There we go. Big experience. Oops. Exit. Take all the jewelry. Don't need the platinum. Thank you. Ah, you know what? We'll take it. We earned it. It's ours. She can offer anything new. Stop the nomads. Stop the kobolds. Stop the lizardmen. We found the lizardmen. They're the ones with the magic preventing fort. Okay. Gotta update my spreadsheet. My notes about active commissions. Stop the lizardmen from joining with Flan's enemies. And we've found the source of the river's pollution and ended it, so I'll delete that cell entirely. Beautiful. Okay, water seeding up fast. It's at 67, 69, 70, 71. Okay, I'm just going to engage with the water for a second here. Hang tight. Stay beautifully focused. 80. 1, 2, 4. It just skipped right to 4. Malfunction. Well, hopefully that's okay. So I'll find out in about 3 minutes. Certainly doesn't look appealing. These are very long green tea leaves in there. You'll just have to trust me. I'm not gonna risk holding it up and having anything because it's like a bottom pour deal. Teapot thing. So I don't want to risk accidentally pouring the green tea all over my keyboard here. Okay. So. Alright. Always. I never leave the right way. Okay. So, now. No, obviously not, but Sir Waffle. Next fighter level, did I say? Did we say 35,000 for level 6? Yes. Sir Waffle is ready to become a fighter level 6. How about James the Avatar? Magic user level 5. Okay, this is going great so far. Bianca, not quite a level 6 fighter yet, but she's awful close. And Rilu, no, nowhere close. Okay. Well, let's do some training. Nope, we're giving Rolf a break. We're all really, really tough now, you might have noticed. Or maybe not. Maybe you hadn't noticed. Sir Waffle, how's his money situation? Oh, no. Do we? Oh, yeah. We have hopefully enough platinum for everybody. For now, just give it all to Sir Waffle. That'll accelerate the process here. Hopefully we have enough to just do them all without having to go to the shop. But if we have to go to the shop, it's not the end of the world. So we're going to the shop anyway to get a bunch of items identified. Yeah, we want to train. Specifically, Sir Waffle wants to train. Become a level 6 fighter. Yes. Again, not a great roll, but that's just Sir Waffle's way. He's got 26 maximum HP now. So he does have the lowest maximum hit points, but he's still, we love him anyway. Magic users to the east. Alright, so in total, let's find out. I'm going to give him all the platinum. We need 200 platinum for this level up. So what do I have? 93 right now. No, I think we're going to have to detour to the shop. Unless Rilu... No. So close, and yet so far. Not even actually that close. It's okay. Oh, no. We're not going to sleep here in the guild. They probably don't approve of that. Wake up, get back to your training. That kind of deal. Go to our favorite shop. Hell yes, you can. So first, would you please appraise some of this jewelry for me? Sold. Alright, that takes care of the level up. Although we still do also need to get these items identified. So, Obi-Wan should get some appraising done on his tons of jewelry. Okay, money's in the pool. That's fine by me. Yes, short bow +1. Probably not going to use that because I already have one. Sell it for 1,000 gold pieces that I don't want. How about this necklace? It's a cursed necklace. You're probably not going to buy it. You'll give us $10 for the cursed necklace? Okay. That does not seem wise. Longsword of +1. Longsword of +2. Keep the longsword of +1, but I don't know if it's any good. Banded mail of +2. That's good. That's good for somebody. It's good for... it might not do anything for me, actually. I was going to say it's good for the avatar. And a potion of speed. Okay, hold on. What is Bedonka equipped with, armor-wise? Chainmail of +1. Is chainmail... Let me look at the armor list here for a moment. Oh, banded is better than chain. Yeah. Okay. Well, that settles that. Hopefully this doesn't hurt Bedonka when she tries to put it on, like that longsword of +2 did. Wait. Remind myself. She's at AC 1. Do we get any improvement from this? Maybe. AC -1. Much improvement. Excellent. And Bedonka might as well sell the chainmail, even though we hate having money. Money is a curse in this game. But we have lots of money to identify stuff. So, 2 potions of healings. Presumably that's a pluralization script that just puts S at the end when you have more than one thing, so it doesn't appear on the noun like it should. Wand of paralyzation. And a potion of speed. Very nice. Guess I don't need a regular shield for any reason. Okay. Very good. How about the rest of us? Hand axe of +1. Sold. Got lots of good stuff. Some bracers of AC 4. I don't think we need that. 9,000 gold. Sold. We're overloaded. It's time to buy some more of these nice, fine composite longbows, I believe. Yeah. Does Kateri have anything to ID? I guess, can we find out how many spells this has? Yeah, 2 spells. Great. Probably restoration, which I certainly hope we don't actually wind up needing much for the rest. And then this leather armor. Leather armor of +3. Well, that's inferior. So I'll take your 3,000 gold. We'll share everything. We'll exit. Then let's go to the Silverist. Is this the silver shop? It is. Yeah, we want to see your selection. Of course we do. Pool of money. And then can OP1 buy it? Not enough money. Well, we have a cure for that. Share everything. Appraise. Jewelry. Sold. Exit. Pool of money. Buy. Longbow. Excellent. I assume that's better than his bow that he currently has, but just in case I'll equip it. I won't sell his other bow yet. Okay. Go get that level up, and then hopefully we're not encumbered. Hopefully we spent down enough money. Magic users to the east. Okay. So, I only have 82 platinum right now, but so does everybody. So, now I've got enough. Yeah, I want to train. Level 5 in everything. And I will learn Fireball. Obviously. Back to the adventure. Yo, Mom! Good afternoon! It's a momentous day. I found the source of the river's pollution. Go figure. I followed the river and went in the first place that I found. Put an end to that. And with our reward, I just got the avatar, James, the half-elf fighter cleric magic user, to magic user level 5. So now I have 2 magic users who can cast Fireball. And on that note, let's just make sure here. Sir Waffle's ready. But I'm not. It's all gonna start. Oh yeah. When I find that Kobold cave again, we are going to. And they stopped us the first time because they have trolls with them. That's not going to happen again. I guess for a level 1 spell, I'll take sleep. I guess. Is there something novel sounding? Maybe burning hands would be important. Probably never. Okay. Memorized. Update the A save. Okay. 1 commission down. Took hardly more than 90 minutes. If I can find the Kobold cave again, that one's going to go real quick. You know what? Just take us to the bay so we can set out from town. Oh, man. Couldn't you just say that particular guy, obviously you didn't have enough platinum. That was my fault. Take us to the bay. I'll pay. Great. You can tell, like, the harbor master looks like a stern guy. You can understand why he'd be like, all right, get out. As soon as you start, like, being like, oh, wait, hold on. Which one of us has the platinum? He's not here trying to listen to this shit. All right. Update the B save as we head into the Hinterlands. So, as I recall, I feel like I found the lizardman fort in a forest. And the Kobold cave. Ah, gnolls. Giant gnolls. Can we flee? No, you can't. I will say the random battles are the worst part of the overland exploration experience. But we'll break their spirits pretty quickly. As long as they come to us. Oh man, now their pathfinding's terrible. Perhaps if Rilu starts pinging them with stones, that'll increase their motivation to get over here. Man, she's got range on these stones. I don't know if that's a programming error or if just slings are OP in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Gary Gygax's favorite Bible story when he was a kid was David and Goliath. Hey, Smuggy! How's it going? Just waiting for them to march into the defensive line. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Had a really busy week. Oh no. And I just massively oversteeped my green tea, as I should have expected I would. I'm still going to drink it. But it's not going to taste nearly as good as it could have had I just paid attention. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. I can live with this. Alright, well, they didn't make it all the way to our defensive line, so we'll just bring the party to them. Exactly. You've already poured the water. You might as well drink it, even if you messed it up a little. But yeah, no, it was a really busy week, but that part of it's over. Now it's the weekend, and had a good mild sleep in. And now playing Pool of Radiance. And so far my Hinterlands exploration, because I have no commissions left to do within the town, so far it's going great. We found the source of the river's corruption and ended it. And so got a fighter level for my fighter magic user and a magic user level for my cleric fighter magic user. Come on, these guys have AC 5. We should be crushing them. We should not be missing. Okay. One of these guys is almost down. Can Rilu finish him? Of course not. How are they? Well, she gets another chance. There we go. That's what I like to see. One hit kills. Come on, team. Land hits. Oh no. They always do this. It's actually, you know, the AI is not super impressive in this game. But the fact that they generally, if they can, send at least one guy circling around to attack the person in the back. It's frustrating, but it's clever and it makes sense. Yeah, I bet. I mean, I like Diablo, but I've never been one to. I'm certainly not chasing trends with my choices of. Ah, perfect. They're surrendering. That one can surrender when he wakes up. He was not killed. He's just beaten unconscious. Alright, we've won. It's over. I am playing Tears of the Kingdom, but that's not for the internet. Because I can't schedule my Tears of the Kingdom playing every time I get a chance right now. I'm diving into Hyrule. Alright, spill a little tea on the keyboard, 1 second. Oh wait, got an absorbent cloth right here. Problem solved. Perfect. I like the thing that bugged me when I played Diablo 3. I did it multiplayer. No, I don't even care about the treasure. I'm not even going to look at it. The thing about overland exploration is you really just walk around and step on things. Oh, wow. I played so much Breath of the Wild when that game came out. Can we flee? You can never flee overland. So yeah, the combined issue with overland exploration in this game is that you can't, except for a few structures, you can't see the things that are there. So you just have to step in every spot. And then on top of that, there's a high random encounter rate where fleeing never works, even though fleeing almost always works in close quarters. Boom. Rilu doesn't usually get involved with her dagger unless forced, but she saw an opportunity for a kill. So she ran in there. She gutted that lizard. Two down. Three down. Alright, go back to your sling, Rilu. When we can, we like to not. I don't know what that Cloak of Displacement does that I have equipped on Rilu. It might be a thing that I need to use. There we go. Finally getting it started on this guy, at least. And finished. Are there more of them? If there are, they gotta come to us. No, we're done. Great. Especially because you don't really gain much experience from... Spot a group of kobolds. Parley. Abusive. At least we can always intimidate kobolds into fleeing. Oh, there's the edge of the map. Screaming horde of kobolds attacks the party. Well, if that's the way it's got to be. Yeah, I fell off on that a while back, and I'm finally fixing it. I need, like, this summer I've got to get back on track with everything and also get the back catalog up. I've never slipped on Friday Night Frosthaven because people are watching that. I'm not slipping on this because people are watching it on YouTube. The Quest for Glory stuff I fell behind on, but I put some work in to get Quest for Glory 3. What I'm going to do, I'm going through and getting all the timestamps for the chapters done. And then I'll go through and write all the descriptions and schedule them so that they then just publish. You know, every few days for a little while. Get it all caught up. Okay. Oh, great. Tons of kobolds. Well, we will charge towards them. It won't take long. They have 3 hit points. We'll probably get a lot of kills. Yeah, they weren't kidding when they said it was a horde. So you can see why they're confident enough to attack us, thinking strength in numbers. But it's going to be ugly. It's going to be a slaughter. It's kind of funny that most of the game takes place in the town, and yet they put significantly more work in to set dressing for... oh, that's a line of sight issue. Fireball, like, I mean, we have 2 casters now who can do Fireball. But it's also like, you know, I don't want to use my Fireball charge just for convenience here. Oh, nice shot, really. Come on. Yeah, there's so much terrain type. But they didn't even bother to have like a, you know, paved stone for like you could have some paved stone in the middle, and like you could put wood floor inside buildings. Can't step into that bush. Boom. Down and dying. How many will it take to make them surrender? This is probably one of those really dishonorable situations where the leaders will all surrender as soon as we've killed other people. When they finally group around us, all the fighters can do sweep attacks and attack every adjacent kobold with a single attack. 4 of us are fighters, so that'll be good when it finally comes. It is tempting knowing that I could roast them, but camping in the wilderness also seems to be a pretty sure way to just get yourself randomly attacked. Oh, come on, OP1. Missing a kobold. Look, they have AC 7. One of them got to Rilu. Which, as I noted, they always do. Send at least 1 around to attack her. One, 2, 3. Yeah. Once the melee really gets started, we know what to do. 5 damage from a kobold to a character with negative AC. 2 of them. One, 2, 3. Yeah, that was a good scenario. It was exactly what I was hoping it would be, which is just like a beat 'em up elevator level gimmick, and it really did, like, took us right to the wire, because those flaming blade spinners, that's a great new enemy. Okay. Can I get all 3? 1, 2. Ah. Well, they do say 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but I would prefer to get all 3. When Sir Waffle's turn comes, he has got a really good opportunity for mayhem here. Oh, they feel like, we've got him surrounded now. But he's just going to take his spitum and just spin in a circle. So Obi-Wan is going to accept these opportunity attacks because I do not want to take away from how glorious this sweep attack could be. Okay, it actually turned out to suck. He missed 3 out of 5. Okay, fine. Whatever. Oh yeah, that was such a... I hadn't used that card. I hadn't used that particular ability once. We're done, and they're doing the surrender way. Vastly preferable because they just disappear. They don't have to do a full escape. You don't get the experience for them, but the point here is not to get experience from monsters anyway. Very small amount of experience. You don't care about their treasure. If they had incongruously had something good, we would know because we would have got more experience. Okay. Saving as I go here. Alright. To the right. Okay. Parlay. Abusive. Okay. With all sentient creatures, we gotta try bullying them. Trolls. Hey, it worked. She's got a step in every square. See a small group of kobolds. Haha! We're going to go into the small concealed cave because the large cave, I believe, is a dragon's cave. Do I want to leave? No. Update the B save. But yeah, it was vital that I was able to make the summons immune to retaliate. Because just the shambling skeletons would just instantly die from one attack on the flaming blade spinner. So especially near the end when it became pretty clear that we were going to be attacked by 2 flaming blade spinners when we get to the end of the necessary 12 rounds. What a bad healing roll that was. Okay. So, I've done this before, and I don't think some items were lost recovering James. How annoying. Glad that I just saved. But did I lose? I didn't lose any of my armor. Or is it anybody can lose an item? Do I have to go through the whole party and make sure that we didn't lose precious items? I don't know what kind of check it is to try to avoid falling in the pool. But whatever it is, we failed it. I think we're okay, I guess. Yeah, Rilu didn't lose her trusty sling. Kobolds seem to boil up from nowhere. They're just going to attack. Well, I don't think they've thought this fully through. Obviously, word has not got back. This one won't take long. There's no travel time involved. Yeah. I stumbled on this cave once before and didn't quite manage to complete it. Although we have the solution to the problem. And as I recall, it did not take me very long to stumble my way through the cave to the Kobold's lair. So I'm not going to stress myself out too much about mapping this one. These kobolds are getting really lucky with our bad attack rolls, but it's over. Oh, damn it. The leaders are fleeing. But neither of them seems to have actually fled in a smart way. 6 damage. Ah. I can only claim credit for 2 of them. Badonka, so possibly one of the funnier names. And Kateri, which is easily the most kind of just regular, sounds like a fantasy name. I didn't even come up with... I mean, because what I did was I did a gimmick where you could redeem your channel points to create the character. Create a character in the party. We'll just... you know what? Kateri might as well come up on Sir Waffle and do some healing here. And so 4 of the characters were created by members of our little community here, which included British, created the James character and declared that he should be the avatar. So if I had created the party, I would have made James a human thief, and my thought process would be the gimmick was he's just me there being unhelpful on the adventure with the real heroes. Instead, he's a magic user. Come on, get away, get away. I hope that guy gets away. There. That leader got away. Great leader behavior. And the other one died. Which is what a leader's supposed to do. Very little experience. The treasure's not worth looking at. Yeah, so Sir Waffle of Syrup was created by Waffle Syrup. Opie-Wan Kenobi was created by Opie. And I will say this. I think I did a great job using the sprite creator to make a character that looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Specifically the Ewan McGregor version of the character. So yeah, I think the answer is literally just... I don't think there's much to it except heading north where I can. Here, crude tables littered with bones are scattered around. Hear the voices of humans and kobolds. Before you is a horde of kobolds. Behind them are 2 men and an ancient kobold on a wooden throne. One says, "These men are enemies. Defeat them, and my lord shall be most generous." The king looks at him, and then at you. He smiles and screams, "Kill them!" So we got to this fight before, and the trolls were a problem, but we have Fireball now. And are just generally much stronger. So let's see what we can do. Okay. Can Sir Waffle get off his Fireball before a troll attacks him? Yes, he can. We're inside. So I want to target it all the way over here, I think. That should get the trolls. It'll be a shame if I'm just roasting kobolds with this. But I think that'll hit the trolls and not hit James the Avatar. Let's find it. Killed. Killed. A lot of outright kills here, which is lovely. What a satisfying spell. Oh, didn't even get both trolls. That's kind of frustrating, but okay. We got one. We're strong enough to hack a troll to pieces. That was pretty well placed. Could have been a little bit better. But hey, we're working on one of them and he doesn't have his regenerate, and even Rilu is getting big hits on him. But they do such big damage. Also, the fact they did damage to me is frustrating because I'm the other fireball caster. Yikes. Yeah, no casting for me, so I'll attack the one that is on its way to being defeated. OP1 will accept 3 backstabs so that he can get down here and take that troll out. Hopefully, his regenerate was still disabled from the fireball. You know what? Sir Waffle, gonna bust out good old stinking cloud. See if we can use that to take care of these 2 trolls. One is coughing, one is gagging. We like the gagging. I guess I'll just do Stinking Cloud too. Instead of trying to precision aim the fireball. Nausea. You love to see it. So I believe while they're coughing, they take a Thaco penalty and an AC penalty. I'm not positive about that, but I think so. Once they're nauseous, they're just one-hit kills, which you love to see. Oof. 2 big hits on Sir Waffle from the coughing troll. Rilu loves to do big damage. These dudes are brave, though. Give them that. They're continuing to fight. Which is frustrating because the trolls can get back up. I did hear that there's Gloomhaven 2nd edition coming. No, I think they're just regular. I don't think they have any poisoning property, which is great because they already have multiple attacks. Be great if that troll started gagging from nausea. No luck. Oh well. Oh yikes, Sir Waffle. Well, hey, all the trolls are down now. Super embarrassing for Sir Waffle. If he gets taken down by a kobold, so I will try to cure his light wounds. Rilu can start shooting at the leaders. Yeah, I heard a fair little bit about what was happening with this 2nd edition of Gloomhaven, and yet I've forgotten most of it. I think it's a lot of like, they're going to port back some of the cool things they came up with for Frosthaven. Oh, come on, team. We got to land these hits on the trolls. I mean, on the kobolds, before the trolls start getting back up. next time I get a turn, which is functionally pause. Okay, gotta take a brief intermission, folks, because I hear a cat meowing for my attention right outside the room. I'll be right back with you. Oh, great. Healed. I rolled a 1 on the Cure Light Wounds for Sir Waffle. Ooh. Let's talk more about those upgrades in just a minute. I'll be right back, gang. Hang tight. And we're back at it. Yeah, we had a thirsty cat, it turned out, which was what I suspected would turn out to be going on. Okay, well, I hope that Sir Waffle doesn't take any hits. That's all we can do here. So far, so good with the... Ah, good. They're surrendering. And hello, Slater. Yes, I didn't quite place the fireball as well as I could have. I used 1 fireball in this fight. Now, both magic users have 1 cast of fireball. They each have a 3rd level spell slot. Now we're just bullying the surrenderers. I placed it... I only managed to hit 1 troll with my placement, which is a disappointment, but it doesn't matter. They're surrendering before any of the trolls can get back up. I think the stinking clouds are also blocking them from getting up, which makes sense. No, we shan't continue the battle. Got some experience. What can we take? Money. We don't care about your stupid money. And a bunch of junk. 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 We don't care. No junk for me. The king, frothing at the mouth. Cries, use the secret weapons. Ballista appear and fire. James is hit for 6 points of damage. Obi-Wan Kenobi is hit for 8 points of damage and knocked out. Oh man. We're all getting beat up, but Alga's getting repeatedly hit here. James is hit for 4 points of damage. And then a battle begins. Well, that's cruel. Okay. Maybe this is not quite so easy as we thought. Sir Waffle survived. Unfortunately, he's the one who already cast. Alright. I don't love our chances here, but we'll try. I mean, it's not impossible. So I wonder if there are there's a way that I could wander through the kobold's lair in such a manner that I found the ballista and disabled them before the fight. So that was a real drag. Having 2 of our fighters pounded into unconsciousness, including the one who was also a magic user who cast Fireball. But we all have good AC. So this could just be a long, slow march to victory. Just got to deal with these wild boars, who, if I remember correctly, have the gimmick of getting back up once. Oh man. I would love a cast of Fireball just for the sake of expediting this. Alright. See what we can do. Earlier, Slater, I was able to find the source of the river's corruption. And so we purified the river, which even, I wasn't expecting it, but it actually included a little animation of the land around the river on the world map becoming healthier. It turned out it was a mad wizard who had set up a fancy device in his wizard pyramid. Oh. We don't want to take any hits here. Yeah, he was all messed up. He had his pollution machine going, and then he also had... Oh no, I'm dying. Gotta use one of Rilu's turns to bandage me. I was actually taken down by the ballista. Okay. And then he was also trying to create mutant lizardmen who looked very similar to lizardmen, at least in sprite form. So that guy sucked. We killed him. The town was very helpful. Very happy with us, I mean, for being helpful. They weren't helpful. They rely on us for everything. But we came through for them. Oh, the pain. Oh, do not like to see a 6 damage hit on Sir Waffle. This will speed up significantly. Ooh, if we can get through the wild boars. Not as significantly as I would like it to. Oh, hit on Badonka. We might have to do this a second time. In which case, it's just a matter of managing that battle quicker. Without any, like maybe use a fireball on the massive kobolds, but the trolls are actually perfectly positioned to just get stinking clouded. Because having 2 charges of fireball here would be nice. I don't know. Ah, don't miss. Okay. There goes his one gutted out opportunity. Dead. Okay. Keep hope alive. Okay. As the Russians say, hope dies last. Still, if we can We're going to hack our way through this. Not super likely now. Oh, I still forgot to bandage me. Okay, it's over. I don't want to stick around to watch them rejoice at our destruction. So we'll fire it back up. And I think it's literally just a matter of acting more efficiently to use Stinking Cloud on those trolls. Get through the first battle. We'll see what we can do. Get the old code wheel up. Here we go. I need the spouting wine glass, the leaking wine glass, which none of these look like. I guess it's this. And then this one's easier to interpret. Yeah, you would think that the trolls, like, I don't get the impression these trolls smell great on their own. So you would think that maybe they would be inured to the Stinking Cloud, but they're not, which is great. The password is Efreet. Okay. Well, it'd be great if we did not... No, we don't want to leave. Bash our way through. It'd be great if no one fell in the pool. Nope. Some items were lost. Well, were they precious? I don't know. Also, OP1's taking some damage here. And as we learned, we're going to be just wailed upon with ballista bolts. Okay, that's probably enough. Okay, well, I know the way, basically, which is to go remorselessly north. Crude tables. Guess I'll put search mode on. Oh, since we know we're going into combat, why wouldn't we bless ourselves? Bless you, madman. And it's on. Okay. Hate that. 12 damage from 2 attacks to Kateri. 7 damage to me, so I won't be casting Stinking Cloud this time. Alright. Well, Kateri... Oh, I was going to say, heal yourself. She can't do that. Huh? Good hit on the troll, though. Another good hit on the troll. Rilu, do not try to use your dagger here. I wonder if Gloomhaven's 2nd edition will make the night shroud less broken. When Rich played the Night Shroud in our Gloomhaven campaign, it just like you're just guaranteed to win, basically. Like, he would sometimes just choose not to go invisible because he was like, I gotta get hit just to know I'm alive here. Alright. I'm gonna have OP1 sweep for whatever reason instead of accepting the backstabs and getting to the trolls. Big hits on me. But we'll try to start healing those. Okay, come on. Sir Waffle, great. Why does Sir Waffle have only 1 Stinking Cloud? I guess it's because he has Knock memorized, but why do I need Knock? coughing. Okay, we got one of them nauseous. Can't cast, of course, so bash this guy. 9 damage, not bad. Might actually be the thing to do as much damage to the kobolds with one fireball as I can to get the battle over with. Put it a little deeper, hopefully get them to surrender faster. And then I guess it lets you continue the battle as long as you want. So I can gimmick that to do some healing. To try to withstand the ballista. Okay. We have thoughts. We have a plan. Huh, only one attack from that troll that time. Because he's coughing so much. Oh, wow. Yeah. There's a lot to... I mean, obviously, there's a lot of great stuff in Gloomhaven. I think that Frosthaven is... it's the kind of sequel that you really want when you really like a game. Like, it doesn't change things radically, but it does everything at least as well, and then often better. Okay, still just coughing. 5 damage. It's a hit, but... Okay. Hopefully I get a turn before I take damage. Sweet. So I'll do my stinking cloud right here. Okay. Well, we have 2 of them nauseous, 2 of them just choking and gagging. Or not gagging. The gagging comes when you're nauseous. They're just coughing. 2 coughers, 2 choking gaggers. You say it like that, it sounds filthy. Well, Rulu can do her favorite thing in the world. Slay a massive, helpless enemy with a single shot of her sling. Most of these kobolds are just, they're doing the, I'm gonna, they're acting like they're, they're trying to create the impression that they're contributing while artfully staying back. Which, to be fair, is exactly what I would do if I was a kobold, but my adventuring party included. Okay, absolutely cannot have Kateri going down, so I'm gonna have her cure light wounds on herself right now. That would have been frustrating. She'd lost the spell. Okay. Roll well. Sir Waffle. You gotta finish this dude off. Or close to it. Okay. That's good. 7 damage to Badonka. I wish there was no damage to anybody, but we can live with that. 8 damage to me. Not great, but we can live with it. Oh, this is not great, but maybe Obi-Wan will get 4 kills on kobolds. Nice. Ha! They're both nauseous. Take them down nice and easy. So we did Gloomhaven, like the base game was me, Rich, Greg, and our friend Robert. And then we did, and I haven't decided if I'm ever going to put it on YouTube, but as a test run for our planned Friday Night Frosthaven, we did Friday Night Forgotten Circles. Much like vastly inferior production values. I learned a lot about how to display the game on screen, and I also get better at overlay art. So now I'm humiliated whenever I look at the Friday Night Frosthaven videos, or Friday Night Forgotten Circles videos. And then during our playthrough of exactly. After our playthrough of, or during our playthrough, sorry, of Forgotten Circles, our buddy Robert had a child, and kind of just like, I've seen Robert twice since his son was born, like almost 2 years ago. He's and he doesn't have, like, from what I understand, I haven't met his son, but he doesn't have a particularly hard kid to raise, but he just became like riddled with anxiety about, like, it's my job, like this kid can't like take care of himself, and it's my job, and if I fail at it, my son will die. That kind of thing. Okay, I gotta think here. Would it be worth wasting would it be not a waste of a fireball charge to try to hasten the surrender in case those stinking clouds dissipate and then the trolls are able to get back up? I think I've talked myself into that being a pretty good idea. Yeah, we're doing it. But this time, we're doing it right against the leaders. Yeah, so at that point, we got Lauren in, and she joined us and played the Sunkeeper in our Forgotten Circles campaign. We didn't do anywhere near all the content in Forgotten Circles, even though it's much smaller than base Gloomhaven. But we got to the final battle, which is an absurd scenario. And then Frosthaven arrived in my front lobby. I didn't even get a shipping notice. Just one day I went down there and I was like, oh hey, Frosthaven, just sitting here in the lobby. And so at that point, we didn't really care to continue playing Forgotten Circles. And so we started Friday Night Frosthaven when we started it, beginning of this year. And as far as I'm concerned, Lauren is still in the team. But her schedule has not been kind. But unless it goes a very long time without us getting Lauren on board, or unless she actively tells us, like, guys, I'm never going to be able to do this. We're going to hold out hope. Otherwise, I will start cajoling other people. Okay, we're going for it. It would be so annoying if a kobold gets a hit on Sir Waffle. He takes away the fireball. I'm really glad that you found us. It's a lot of fun playing it on... it's not that much more work to do the show than it was... Because we started during the pandemic. So we've played this game in person maybe like 2% of the time, maybe less actually, now that I think about it. We played hundreds of Gloomhaven and related game scenarios, and in person, like, have played like 4 times. Gotta remember to keep the battle going and heal everybody. Okay. I think this might be the sweet spot. Oh, let's try here. Alright. Devastating the leadership. Got almost every single leader. They haven't surrendered, which is frustrating. But that just means we have to kill more of them. Wait, hold on. I'm going to look around. Where can I get Badonka to the most targets? I think she can... Yep. Ah, almost. Oh well. 2. Any moment now they'll be surrendering. There we go. Called it. It's going better this time, although we have been beaten on pretty badly. And the frustrating part is that those trolls might start getting back up if we spend too much time healing. So, okay. Gotta cure myself. And so does Kateri. I don't know. Does Sir Waffle have a potion of healing? Okay. Can he ready it? Oh, he can ready it even when he's carrying a 2-handed weapon. That's nice. Sure. Drink it, Sir Waffle. This is the time to do it. Badonka, do you have a potion of healing? She has 2. Well, use 1. Hopefully, Badonka drinks 2 potions of healing. Healed way more than she needs to be. Do I have potions of healing? No, but I am a cleric. I also have all these clerical scrolls, but the clerical scrolls probably mostly have... You know what? Why am I saying that instead of finding it? Pick one with... Oh, magic users. If I use this... Yeah, restoration. I don't care about restoration. I mean, I cared about it when it was really, really important. What about these earlier ones? No? No. Okay, forget it. Fine. I'll just go back to using my spell charges. Hope I get a good roll on this one. Partially healed. Rilu, you must have a potion of healing. Yep. She's got a few. In fact, perhaps... I guess you can't trade in combat. Air clears a little. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I ought to use that. This would be a great time to use it in this fight if I'm not killed by the ballista. Oh, there's one still standing. Or there was. Okay. The bigger... it would be great if I'm not taken out by those ballista. But all we can do is hope for the best, I guess. No, we won't continue. Okay. Fingers crossed. We don't care about their junk. Oh, man. Both James and Kateri are at 16 hit points. I'm down. But we're in much better shape than the other time anyway. Even as much as I wish that I was up. Did we use... Was it Sir Waffle's fireball that I used? I think it was. But maybe it wasn't? But I think it was. Okay. Dagger +1, get to work. No luck. It's funny because the boars have a property where I think the idea is supposed to be just that, you know, because they're raging wild boars, when you get the kill hit on them the first time, they just, they gut it out and they stay up. But there's just one default. Yeah. Okay. Sleep will be good anyway. Sir Waffle will try sleep. I'm going to put it right here and hope to put 3 wild boars to sleep. Probably not, but maybe. So there's only one standard, regeneration lets a monster get back up message, and so it's more applicable to like trolls because it just says the monster stands up and grins. So when you kill a wild boar the first time, it gets up and grins at you, which is not at all, I think, the visual that you're supposed to envision. Okay, good. Oh, we only got one of them. Nonetheless, that's still something. Absolutely painful that I got knocked out. I gotta remember to bandage me. Because that would be a stupid end to this story. Okay, got some damage there. Okay, what can you do, Kateri? I think prayer is our best move right now. On Rilu's turn, I'll have her do the bandaging. Good hit on that guy. Gotta make sure to take the cheap and easy kill. While the wild boar is still sleeping. Okay. Hey, as long as they're missing, things are going well. Very good. Okay. There. Now we have an attack roll bonus and they have an attack roll penalty. Got the reminder message that a teammate is dying, but we'll deal with that very, very soon. Hey, that boar just died. Didn't even get to get up. Perhaps it's a threshold kind of thing. If you do enough damage, it overcomes it. Ugh. That's bad. That's real bad. Get your revenge, Obi-Wan. We'll have Kateri use her last charge in a moment. Okay, I'm bandaged. I really want Obi-Wan still up because we're going to really benefit from sweep attacks once we've dealt with these boars. It's in the random number generator's hands now. 4 damage, not great. Would love to see more damage there. Missed Obi-Wan. 1 damage to Obi-Wan. Wow. Bad luck that a Kobold was able to hit him. Great luck that the damage roll was that pitiful. Now, does she get to cast before someone takes Obi-Wan down that 1 remaining hit point? Yes. Okay. Roll an 8, Kateri, if you could. Good when the boar attacks Rilu. I don't normally want attacks to be directed to Rilu, but right now, I do. Haven't even had a chance to find out how much healing was done to Obi-Wan yet. Okay, come on, boys. There's so friggin' many of them. It'll be so satisfying, though, when we overcome them, which we will. When the line breaks, it's gonna feel good. I'm gonna be very upset if that boar wakes up. I want my free kill on that boar. We don't really have a lot of ranged attack opportunities here. So... a little bit of damage to the boar. We lose more than pulling her weight. Stat-wise, she is easily the least effective or useful member of the party. So, whenever she gets it done, we're proud of her. Kateri, help Rilu. A little bit of damage. Missed Obi-Wan. Love to see it. Killed outright. No getting back up and grinning for that boar. Okay. We gotta hack our way in through these kobolds to get to the sleepy dude. Oh, but they're gonna close on us. Six hit points. But took a boar down and once again overcame its ability to get back up. Really would like imagine if I was up. If I had not gotten knocked out before the fight and I could just cast Fireball once. I guess the lesson here, if I have to do this again, which I hope I don't, but if I have to do it again, take one of those potions of extra healing from Rilu and give it to me just so I can make sure. Hate to see damage, but it's okay. Hack at him. Oh. Okay, good. Never mind. I thought that the miss was on that one. Because if Sir Waffle gets his turn, big if, but if he does, he can step up and take out the sleeping boar before it awakens. And then we're down to just one boar that we've already got damage on. Once the boars are down, it's going to take some extraordinarily bad luck for the kobolds to be able to overcome us. Oh, they're closing ranks to protect the sleeping boar. But as long as that one spot above Sir Waffle doesn't get filled. Oof. Alright. I still like our odds. Not nearly so much as I did. But I like them. Okay. 5 more damage to the boar. Rilu will bandage Obi-Wan. They still haven't filled that spot. Better still, if Sir Waffle gets into that spot... Never mind. But if he got into that spot, he would also then get entirely enclosed. And we'd be doing some serious sweep attacks. Okay. Nothing I can do but try. Keep trying to hack my way through. And just hope the thing doesn't wake up. Psh. I laugh at your 1 damage. Alright, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets here. And once again, Sir Waffle has a path to the sleepy dude. If he just ever gets a turn again. No path. Alright, that boar is waking up and we'll have to kill it. Or perhaps we'll get them to the surrender point. Do wild boar surrender? Okay, next time I get a turn, I gotta take a brief intermission because I have another cat that wants my attention. Okay, hang tight, gang. Think all the good thoughts. I'll be back. We're gonna win this. Hang tight. Okay, the other thirsty cat has been tended to. Sir Waffle can get 3 from where he's standing, and I don't think I should be playing around with accepting backstabs, so I'm not going to move him. What does he have that he could cast? You know what? We could certainly benefit from more sleep. Casting. Like right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Got them all. Okay, that was a good use of sleep. Be nice to have Fireball, but we're getting it done with sleep. They attack, they miss. Now it's killing time. 4 of them go down. Alright, Badonka will accept a backstab. Oh, no, because that guy's asleep. Great. Oh, he stood up and grinned because obviously the Slay with a Cruel Blow just takes you right to -1. So he gets his last chance. He's the big remaining threat to us, actually. Well, I mean, there's 2, but... It's not that much of a threat. We'll have them soon. We'll have the boars soon. Then we just gotta hope that these guys don't fight to the last, because that's gonna take a while. Notice how the game starts to run a bit better, because I haven't adjusted the cycles. So just as the computer is being forced to keep track of fewer enemies, it gets a little bit quicker. Do your best, Kateri. Okay, they've both used their stand up and grin. We're almost done with the boars. And then Sir Waffle and Badanka just have to get to the slaughtering. Okay, come on, Badanka. Done. Okay, one boar left. And even that boar is on its last legs. And then we just gotta hope that not much of that happens. Okay. 4 targets. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. I mean, even Shohei Ohtani doesn't have a 750 batting average. Ooh. Hate seeing that. Oh, was that an attack on Badanka? I think it was, which is slightly better than if it was an attack on Kateri. Okay, we're done with the boars. It's just butcher's work now. With the mild risk of the butcher being overrun by the meat. Just through the raw numbers game. We shall see. 2 damage, come on, really? You only need to do 3 damage to take one of these things down. Ugh. I hate seeing a hit on Kateri. She's still got 12. And the -1 AC is going to help us get through here. There goes another one. 6 damage. Are you kidding me? What a terrible luck that it was a hit in the first place. But also, that's huge damage from a Kobold. These leaders running out of arrows anytime soon? I feel like orc leaders run out of arrows faster. 7 targets. 1, 2, 3. Oh. She didn't get to attack them all. Or I miscounted. I think it was actually the miscounting thing. 4 targets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like this is in the bag. Okay. Well, these guys have been so annoying that I don't care if they're surrendering. We'll take out as many as we can. Come on, team. Ah, whatever. They're just going to surrender. But then we just need these guys to make their flee checks. Or we can chase them down and kill them if we need to. They're all just crammed into the same door. Real slapstick scene. They're just shoulder to shoulder trying to escape. Well, get your sling out, really. See if you can help. See if you can help clear the clog in the door there. Not quite. And she missed. Oh well. Escape is blocked. Stop blocking their escape. Just let them go. Ah. Well, we can cast a sleep. I'm going to send Sir Waffle up there and he can drop a sleep into that mess of leaders. Which way are they? Yeah, great. Wish these guys were surrenderers, but oh well. Take out the sleepy ones who can't surrender because they're unconscious. Make sure I'm chasing them properly. Yep. Did he get away? I didn't see. Yes, he did. Great. Perhaps we won't need a sleep. Hopefully there's not a third fight here. Oh, yeah. If you can sweep on the leaders, not going to worry about it. Yeah. They're out of her range, just barely. Got away. Good for him. Kateri's in rough shape, but they're going to be in rougher shape. We're all in rough shape. But this is not an easy fight. Not due to the kobolds, but due to the kobolds' ingenuity in recruiting trolls and, give them credit. The ballista trap was a great idea. Although if I were them, I would have used that on us when we came in the door. Ooh, man. Okay. Banaka is actually pretty close to getting knocked out here. Be a real shame if she didn't get to keep the experience for this fight. Finish him, Rilu. Almost. We're done. No, we won't continue the battle. A very small amount of experience. Which means probably there's no treasure worth taking. Nope, it's just a bunch of junk. A bunch of goblin trash. The men sneer at the king. One of them says, "Let us show you how warriors fight." Round 3. Okay. Perhaps we are doomed. Perhaps we're doomed. Really, really need to be... Alright. I need to explore this cave to see if I can actually deal with the ballista before the fight. We'll do our best. But I don't love our chances once those trolls start attacking. Does not help that the men are magic users either. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna wriggle my way out of this one. Let's see. Yeah. Sleep will work on the envoys. Not so much on the leaders. 2 damage again, Rilu. Come on. You know that we need 3 damage. Okay. Well, we have a better sense now of the challenge ahead of us. Got to win 3 fights in a row. With the real hard part being those stupid ballistae. Well, we tried. Okay. I do not have time to go through that whole rigmarole again, but I do have time to just see if I can get at that room from a different angle and possibly disrupt the ballistae. And then I'll have a good feeling about it next time. And I think that's the first time in the game that there have been stacked battles that I can recall, at least, where you've won a fight, but a fight begins immediately. Has that happened anywhere else? Oh, hey, it's once again actually making me do something on the title screen, and then it skipped right through the whole enter thing from the code wheel. Okay, well. Bash the door. If we have search on, you find the trap. Tunnel is too narrow to avoid it. Disarm it. Who will disarm it? Rilu. Well, hey, there's something. Okay. What if we go to the right? Kobold approaches, waving a white flag. Kobold bows and says, "You are quite dangerous. We will pay for a truce." What do? Agree. I am to escort you to our treasure. This is obviously a trap. Follow. Taps the wall, proceeds. Taps the wall and proceeds. Yeah, we'll proceed. This is the dragon. They're trying to get us to do their work for them. Okay. Totally different angle. Turning to the right gets you a whole different story. Is it a black dragon? Oh, it's just a wyvern. So wyverns are poisonous, which is the real bad thing about them, but see what the rest of us can do here. If we just get killed, then hey, we learned all of the challenges that lay before us. Gotta have really do the bandaging here. There we go. Hey, I didn't get poisoned. As long as I don't get poisoned, we have a decent chance of winning. In fact, this thing's already down to 4. We did it. Okay. Well, it certainly could have gone better. But let's take it. All right. So Waffle's down, and we're way too far from town to be doing slow poison on him because he will just die. It says killed when you get poisoned, but it's not real death. If we can get him back. Oh man, come on. Roll anything, even half decent. Okay. If we can get him back to town, the neutralized poison spell will just bring him back without like a resurrection penalty. Okay, I'll take it. Let's search this wyvern's place. You want to leave? Not yet, but good to know. That's the way back to the Kobolds. Aha! We found treasure. Accidentally skipped the experience point reward message. A Vosges and a Bardish. I mean, we'll take them, because if we get a better polearm than what we've had, Sir Waffle is a polearm fighter. That's obviously where we just came from. Okay. Yeah, I would love to leave. Find 2 caves. Exit. Make a mental note. So it's just it's 1 step to the left of where the river goes up to here. Oh, come on. What are you doing to me? Trying to take our poisoned friend home for healing. As our last act of the day. Go home, regroup, and we'll try again with better tactics next time. Where are these guys? Practically at them. It's kind of wasteful. And yet. Just don't take a hit. It'd be so frustrating. Okay, how far can I cast it? Okay, absolutely I can get at least one of the leaders. Put it here. Here. Okay. Could have been more destructive, but it was pretty destructive. We'll break their will yet. Blocked. Can't stand on a log either. for heavily loaded down Obi-Wan. She missed, but she tried. There we go. The guard pays off. And we wait. Ah, I didn't mean to do that attack. I meant to take one more step and get into a great sweeping spot. Oh well. Slightly prolonging the inevitable. There we go. Maximized potential targets. Got a bunch of knockouts. Kills. They'll become kills. They're knockouts inclining to kills. Alright. 3 more for the pyre. Yeah, I'll take your friggin' shot. There. 4 targets. 2 out of 4. 50-50. Hit on Kateri. Take out the leader. Nope, no luck. Two more for the pyre. 2 more for the pyre. And they start surrendering. No, we shan't continue. Don't care about their treasure at all. Update the B save. Okay, so yeah, just to the left of this river mouth, surprised by a group of kobolds. Let's just be abusive to them. Problem solved. There's no diagonal movement on the map, so I had a couple stutters there. Is this the right river? No, but this way. Ta-da! The boat to the civilized section. And without hesitation. Yes, we do. Pool our wealth. Sir Waffle, oops, needs healing. Specifically, he needs neutralized poison. Yes. Ta-da! Good as new. Ish. He is still unconscious. Yes, we will take our money back. And then we're leaving. Like, I like Tyr. I'm a pious man. But I'm not that pious. I'm not leave all the money we have just right there. Okay. 1 platinum piece. Yes, we want to stay. Hope we want to pay. Okay, here we go. Do I have anything left? Cure light wounds wise? No. So, first thing we got to do is memorize. Yes, that's what I want. And Kateri. Oh, Kateri had cure light wounds. Oops. In fact, she ought to cast them. What? He still doesn't get up? Oh, is he dead? He is properly dead. I misunderstood the implications. Okay. So I guess the idea was we had to do slow poison on him just before. Ow. You win some, you lose some. Get everybody else back up, and then we'll pay the toll, the 1 constitution point penalty. And then next time this happens, do slow poison right before neutralize poison. And see if that actually, that gimmick works. Sucks to have Sir Waffle of all people. Oh, wow. I definitely have a good hit point maximum. Sir Waffle of all people with the lowest hit point maximum. Sucks to have him die and lose a constitution point, but gotta roll with the punches sometimes. Okay. Memorize. Yes. Memorize. She's all set. Rest. Do. Exit. Exit. Does this work as a temple? Yep. Yeah, we do. Pool the money. Not enough money. Of course not. Yeah, we'll go back and retrieve the money. Share it. Exit. Now, this is a pain. Do I start? Where did I save? No, I don't want to do any more random battles. Forget it. Accept the penalty. Sir Waffle's untimely death. Back to the inn. Yes, OP1 will pay. We're going to rest for many hours. Let's see, it's 4. Rest for 14 hours here. Just get it back to daytime. Go to the shop. Yes, please do. Praise some of this jewelry. Sold. And some of these gems. Sold. Sold. Exit. Share the pool. Exit. Run to the temple. Don't walk. Our friend is dead. He's beginning to smell. Pool the money. Heal Sir Waffle. Ray's dead. Yes. Exit. Share the money. Get out of here. Back to the inn. There we go. We'll take a look at how everyone's doing. And we'll wrap up. Sir Waffle's all set for spells. Really? Yeah. I don't know why. I know why I'm set. Roll a 1. There we go. Roll a 6. And a 4. don't love to see that declining hit point maximum on Sir Waffle. Perhaps we'll get him a level up soon. Who knows? Okay, let's take stock. Where are we now? OP1. Hey, 61,000. We need 70,000 for that level up. We can get him there. We'll get him there. Nothing new for Sir Waffle. Level 6 magic user. Did I say it's 42,000? 40,000. He's awfully close, which is great because he'll get a second third level spell slot. The avatar, it'll be level 6 cleric coming for me first, which happens at 27,000. So no, but hopefully soon. Level 6 fighter, 35,000. But Ankh is very close. Kateri's at the level cap. And Rilu is making her way. Okay, so no levels to be gained, but we came back with some stuff, I think, that will get checked out next time. And we achieved 1 commission in the Hinterlands, but also verified the location and I'm prepared to do the other one. And then I've got the lizardman commission, which I also know where to go for that because I got there, once. It was in a forest. That's all I remember. But it was just random square in the forest. Was like, hey, you found a hidden fort with an anti-magic field. So maybe next time we get the Kobold mission and the lizardman mission done. And then there's still the nomads mission. I've not encountered the nomads, but I'll work on that. And then we got to be getting close to being done. Like there could be more, there's, make sure the pirates don't join, and make sure the gnolls don't join, and make sure that the whatever don't join. I'm assuming there's pirates because we're on the sea, right? Find that princess that was kidnapped by ogres, all that stuff. But we're getting close to wrapping up. It's been a wild ride, but soon enough we'll have completed. Awesome. So check it out. Tomorrow, Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness, which has been a wild ride so far, and I'm only just getting started. Mr. John Rhys Davies doing the narration, and boy, did they get their money's worth with John Rhys Davies. Like he read everything. Like on every screen, you can click on everything, and he'll read the descriptive text. He read the how to import your character text on the menu. Absolutely wild. Really cool game so far. On Tuesday, Greg will be over here. Greg and James beat 'em up. Me and my buddy Greg played beat 'em ups just to kind of explore the genre. And we're going back to Battletoads and Battle Maniacs, which so far has been, it's alright. There's a speeder bike thing. It's less horrible than the first Battletoads speeder bike, but not by that much. And the game is kind of redundant of the first Battletoads. I don't know. We're going to keep playing it. Friday Night Frosthaven back to Fridays. With the tentativity note that Rich's wife will soon be giving birth to their daughter. And that's probably going to disrupt Rich's availability, at least in the short term. And then it'll be Saturday again. Pool of Radiance. And we'll get back out in the Hinterlands. We'll overcome those kobolds and the humans with them and the trolls with them and the boars with them. And we'll overcome the lizardmen. And we'll find the nomads and we'll overcome them. And we'll overcome anything else the game throws at us on our way to making the Moonsea region safe for, not democracy, but goodness. Awesome. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice, but I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time that we wander in to the same cave together, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.